Welcome to Coffee with Spirit, the podcast where we delve into the mystical world of spirit babies, mediumship, and energy healing. Join me as I share stories and lessons from the spirit realm with a bit of New York realness to enlighten and inspire you on your spiritual journey. I'm your host, Nancy Weiss, psychic medium energy healer. Grab your cup for a quick chat, and I'll see you there. Hey there, it is Nancy, and welcome to Coffee with Spirit. I want to talk today about myths in mediumship. Now, you may have heard these certain things before that. I'm going to talk about 3 of them today. I put up 4 fingers. I mean 3. And I'm going to talk about some things that you may have heard before, and I want to kind of bust up those myths, all right? Those beliefs that you may have heard from others, which aren't necessarily true. So, one of the first ones that I want to talk about is the fact that people say, you can't communicate with the dead until a certain amount of time, like 6 months or a year, because they're very busy, learning about being a spirit on the other side, or they're busy doing their life review, or they're busy just like getting used to like hanging out and doing these things on the other side and getting used to it. That is not true. Mediums have connected with people that have passed within an hour of passing. The big thing about why mediums may say to wait 6 months or a year is because of the grief factor. You have to think, if you just lost your mom or just lost someone really close to you, you're in so much grief. It's so hard to be able to kind of emotionally, recover from that, though you may never recover, but to emotionally feel a little bit better from that. It would be hard to have a session when someone is, so deep in grief, crying. We forget a lot of things. So that is one of the things that you may have heard before. But in reality, if you feel you are ready to connect with your loved one, and it's been 2 weeks, it's been a month, then you are able to do that. You can connect with a medium and be able to have that session. And it should go perfectly, right? So that is one myth. So the myth number 1 is that you actually can talk to passed on loved ones within an hour, 2 hours, a day, a week of them passing. There is nothing stopping. They're not too busy on the other side. People say, oh, she's too busy. She's too busy doing things. That's not the case. So if you want to connect with them, you can. So number 2, I don't know if we want to call it a myth, but I kind of want to call it kind of a belief, is that a medium can only sit there and only talk about whoever is coming up, whoever is coming to the forefront of their subconscious mind, in the spirit world, where they're like, I can't connect with who you want me to connect with. I can only connect with who is standing there. But in reality, it is the medium's, what's in front of the medium. They're able to connect with whatever spirit, whatever passed on person you would like to connect with, right? It's just like, if they are just kind of, there is a an awareness. Oh my God. There is an awareness that we have when someone is sitting in front of us, right? So you may be sitting in front of me in a session, and I may feel your grandmother, I may feel your father, but there are other ones that I am just not paying attention to or don't see yet. But you're able to tell a medium. You can tell one, say like, I want to connect with my Uncle Joe. I want to connect with my grandfather. I want to connect with my best friend from high school. A good medium is able to connect with the person that you want to connect with, and not just the person that is kind of in their awareness at the time. So I find that was always a big one. It was actually a big one for me when I was working with my mentor, because I had always just worked with spirit that was kind of showing themselves to me in front of somebody, right? Or if someone was sitting in front of me in a session, it was always the person like that I was aware of, right? But then my mentor said, you know, when I did my first session with her, and she said, oh, hey, I want you to connect with my grandmother. I want you to connect with this specific person. And I was like, you can do that? And I realized, yes, you can. So again, a good medium is going to be able to connect with whoever you'd like to connect with. And some of them, like me, will be able to say, like, if I'm not connecting with the person that's readily in my mind, you should be able to tell me, like, hey, I want to connect with this specific person, and I can do it. And a good medium should be able to do that. So the third thing I want to talk about, I have a little note here. The third thing I want to talk about is when, and you may have seen it, like, I would say, like, more in movies where, you know, you have the woman with the crystal ball, or sometimes, and they're like, the spirits are pulling away. Like, I can't, you know, they're starting to pull back. No, it's not the spirits pulling back. It's the medium who is losing or kind of taking away the link with the spirit world. So now I could probably go on and on, or most mediums probably can go on and on and on with messages and messages from different loved ones, the same loved one, but like that would be absolutely exhausting. So we like to keep it, many of us like to keep it to 45 minutes, an hour, where we kind of naturally then hone, we are naturally kind of like not delete, I'm using these crazy words today. I'm having trouble with my words, but where we're able to just kind of like quiet down the session, right, with that past loved ones, where we kind of tie it up in a nice little bow with a final message, because they could keep talking to us forever, and we can keep, if we can keep up that link, we're able to just keep going. But no one wants a 3-hour mediumship session. That would just be exhausting for everybody. So there is this natural decrease in communication, but it is not because the spirits are pulling away and don't want to talk anymore. It's because the medium is losing their link, or they're choosing now to kind of like hone things down into this, you know, 45-minute hour range, so that you just have this, a nice ending. So those are the 3 myths that I wanted to bust today. And I apologize for my loss of words. Sometimes my brain does not always work perfectly, but I think you understood what I was talking about today. So if you've ever heard, if you've thought of these things before, let me know in the comments what you think about these answers now. And like and subscribe on the channel so you're the first to know when these videos come out. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.